I think it's pretty evidential that the global warming is not a joke, it's real, it's going on all the time.
You have the environmental crisis that most of the world now has realized it's a fact.
We're an outdoor company, and if we want to continue to be an outdoor company, we need to take care of the environment.
To be able to make products that don't hurt the environment is important for me also, so I can sleep well at night.
So textile industry is the second worst polluter of every industry outside of oil and gas. So that means we have a responsibility to start figuring out how to clean things up. It's serious.
Seeing how bad the climate situation is, the things that's happening, understand that we have to accelerate change a lot. It's also lifted my push to move faster.
I think that the textile industry, it's a lot of theories floating around regarding what's sustainable, what is less sustainable and so on. And I think we as a company, which doesn't have any employed scientists and no single source of truth regarding sustainability, we just need to be humble and open, and whenever some new information coming up, we need to act on it and maybe change direction, even if we thought that the first direction was the best.
To make a more environmental friendly stuff can also be just a marketing story. For us to be credible, we have to be as transparent as possible. We have to show our faults and achievements, or else it's just telling fake stories. Our number one building block, making the best quality product, has been that it lasts for many years. It could be 10, it could be 20, it could be 30, depending, of course, how we make it and how the consumer take care of it.
So our development process are divided in two phases. The first part, advanced development, is where we long-term test materials. So when we come close to the release of the product, we've actually gained a lot of knowledge and we have quality assured the fabrics and the materials we're using in our products. Another good thing with the advanced development process is that we can play with design expressions and we have time to refine, so we end up with a timeless design.
We can't make styles that just go out of fashion in 6 months. You know, for us, that's not a sustainable product. It's a product that you want to use for many years, and the more years you have it, the prouder you are. And we know we've been successful.
You know, if you can make a product that consumers like to wear for many years, you know, you have to think about the design, the quality, the function, the weak parts. And if something breaks, that we can repair it. So if the weakest part of the product, but everything else is fine, we will be able to repair it. And I mean, last year we repaired 11,000 products. The way we developed our products with having internal repair centers and an internal development center, we can really feel the pulse every day of what we need to do to build long-lasting quality. We have to create all the small details ourselves. If we're going to sew in a zipper, our designers have to think about how to solve it, and our pattern people, they will need to create the actual solutions. And then our testing people, they check that the durability is there, or ambassadors, when they go out, to see if it works.
Many of the new, more sustainable materials sometimes is weaker. That's why it's so important for us to test, so we do not sacrifice on quality, even if it's a organic cotton or recycled polyester.
We make a product during the week, we go out in the week and test it, and then we evaluate it on a Monday. And this dynamic, I think, is critical. If you really, really want to make high quality products, you have to understand the whole process, not only parts of it. We developed a roadmap. One, to have really clear goals of what we have to do to end up a certain place, and also to show the rest of the world that we are committed. So there's a pressure from everyone watching.
The roadmap has been really helpful for our suppliers to understand, and it's helped us push them. They say, okay, well, we want to work with them in the future. This means we actually have to get serious about this. Some of our suppliers want to do the right things. They want to help and move forward, but they don't know how. So then we're like, okay, this is what you need to do in order to get there.
Part of having a roadmap also shows that we can change quickly. So if we go in the wrong direction somewhere, we can easily step back and go in another direction. If we want to really reach the ambitious goals of changing our industry to a much more sustainable one, the transparency will be super important. We'll not get there unless.
So this year we were in number 4 on the leadership board for recycled polyester, which is ahead of almost every other outdoor brand. And in, let's say, organic cotton, we're on 100% in the leadership board. These are things that we should be quite proud of. It shows other people that, yes, actually we are a company that's working towards sustainability. In the past, everything has been cradle to grave. We've started it, we've developed it, and then it died. We can't do that anymore. So cradle to cradle means that we actually start and our end is the start of the next process, so that we keep rotating. And this is an important aspect for us, in order for us to be more sustainable. In looking at 2029, which is our 100-year anniversary, we look at several things. The first thing we look at is the UN has 17 sustainable development goals. This is making sure that life on Earth is livable. And it was part of the forefront to the Paris Agreement as well. We need to implement that throughout our company.
What we have to do now is look at what's beyond the roadmap which is out there, how our factories are using renewable energy, how much water goes into making the fabrics, and then at the end of the value chain, a product that hopefully lasts for many, many years. How can you actually take that back and put it into the new product?
For us, it's important that we don't make fast clothing because we don't really see that as a super sustainable way of being. We still want to make really good, high quality products. We want them to last a very long time. We want people to use them, but we want to make sure that we have a plan to get them back in. What's fun for me is trying to make the impossible possible. And I totally believe we can.
It's my big dream to make a consumer brand that consumers love and that really meets the expectation of the users we have out there. And that's why I think it's so cool to be able to run Norrøna, where we can develop fantastic products that last for a long time with as little footprint as possible. That's what makes me tick.